Baseball players win the first game of the Super Regional at home. First ever Super Regional
First ever Super Regional in Morgantown.
And we won the first game of it, so let's keep it going.
And not only did they win 12-2, they beat the snot out of them.
But like we were saying the whole game, why we had to watch the whole game is because
we know
how we got here, you never know.
You never know. You really don't ever know.
So tomorrow's game's at noon, you guys.
And if they win tomorrow, they go to Omaha for the World Series.
Yeah.
And then if they win there, then there's the NCAA championship. So
wow.
Good luck and congratulations, WVU baseball.
And while we were watching baseball,
we were celebrating.
We were eating.
We were celebrating something else.
Yes. You guys, finally something really worth celebrating. It's National Donut Day. But did you know National Donut Day isn't just another social media holiday?
It's true.
Okay, you guys, tell them, Vince.
It's true. It was created in 1938 by the Salvation Army in Chicago. It started as a fundraiser during the Great Depression and as a public tribute to World War I volunteers. And they were called Donut Lassies. So it wasn't originally a marketing gimmick at all, but rather a commemoration for these volunteers. And for those of you who have heard of Donut Lassies, you may heard of them, but what were they actually?
I've never heard of them.
They were actually women from the Salvation Army sent into France and set up huts near the front lines, offering soldiers practical support, coffee, writing paper, or just a listening ear. And of course, fresh donuts like you see on your screen there. And of course, it gives them a taste of home and a little boost of morale. And apparently, why donuts? Because they were easy, guys. They were portable, cheap, comforting, and made with very limited equipment. And
so front lines, these women were going.
They were going up there in the front lines. And so National Donut Day is not just some gimmick that, Dunkin' Donuts came up with to sell donuts.
It's special.
This is very special and very, very American. Yes. And I intend to enjoy this one fully.
You are free to celebrate. Yes.
But
and
another way you
way back when.
Well, you got all kind of beer events going on this weekend.
We do. Red, Right, and Brew tonight, you guys, at 5. Make sure you meet us downtown. But you guys, did you know this? George Washington, our nation's first president, had an affinity for freedom. Of course, and apparently beer.
That's right.
Listen to this. The New York Public Library is bringing back Mr. Washington's personal beverage recipe for America's 250th birthday.
Look at this.
A page from the president's military notebook shows his beer recipe recorded in, listen to this, 1757. If you want to make it yourself, the library posted his original handwritten instructions online with a transcript because in case, if you're like me, I can't read that writing. I never could. But you can take a shortcut because the library partnered with, how do you say that? Talia Beer Company to create a special brew called Liberty Lager, inspired by George Washington's more than 250-year-old instructions.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, isn't that amazing? And they noted the goal was to brew an approachable beer that nods to George Washington's original recipe with subtle maltiness and hints of hops.
You see that?
I love it.
I love it. I think that's cool. And it's interesting. That's not the first time ancient beers have been kind of brought forward. There was another company, I can't remember exactly what brewer, but what they did was they found this ancient tribal recipe that Native Americans used to brew beer with. And they would, and how they did it was that Native Americans would chew these grains up and spit them into this pot and then use that chewed up stuff to ferment and make their beer-like substance out of.
Okay.
And this brewery, I can't remember if it was Sam Adams or who, but they had all of they made one batch of this, huge batch of this, and they had all of the employees in the entire company chewing on this grain and spitting it into these vats for, I think, weeks and weeks ahead of this to get ready.
Well, I was going to say my favorite bar to drink in when I used to drink in bars in my single days in New York was George McSorley's.
McSorley's in New York.
Which they only served lighter dark beer, and it was apparently George Washington's favorite bar. So if you're in New York, I think it's still open. Try that one too.
Guys, did you know that many of us have money that is just sitting there that you don't even know about? Yes. But not only do many of us, guys, Pope Leo XIV has some money owed to him, $8.65 to be exact, guys. So says the state treasurer of Illinois. Check this out, guys. Mike Farrick says it's not easy to get a check to the pontiff. That's why he delivered it by hand when a Chicago delegation visited the Vatican on Wednesday. He said the money was listed as unclaimed property after the closure of a PayPal account. Some say the PayPal payout is on brand, in quotes, for the Roman Catholic Church leader. A longtime friend says when the pontiff moved from Chicago to Rome, he called his bank to note the change of address. And this is funny. When he explained he couldn't come in person to do the paperwork since he's the Pope, the representative hung up on him. And if you guys are wondering how you can get your unclaimed property, go to that website on the screen.
This is it?
That's for West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Pope is no exception, but did you hear that? He called his bank.
They thought it was a prank?
They thought it was a prank, and they hung up on the Pope.
Yeah, sure, you're the Pope.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you imagine?
Wow.
But a lot of us, and I remember I did this for Pennsylvania many years ago, and it worked. I think I
You
had
got
like,
some money.
Yeah, I had like $29 or
Yeah.
something.
I
And
think
my
one
dad had like
time-
$100 and some dollars.
And ladies out there, check your maiden names too. I think I had money under my maiden name. So check that too, just in case.
I don't have a maiden
But
name.
we need a cute animal moment. Right?
No, before we get to the
No?
cute animal moment, we need to talk about these bees, guys.
Ah, the bees.
The bees, guys. Researchers in Finland say that bumblebees are capable of a form of advanced problem solving,
Oh.
guys, called insight. It shows an understanding of cause and effect without relying on trial and error or copying others. The scientists put bees in a container with a foam ball and a fake flower containing sugar on the container ceiling that they could not reach.
Okay.
Most of them figured out on their own that if they rolled the ball under the flower, they could climb on top to reach the flower and catch the sweet reward. It's the type of reasoning that has only been observed in animals like apes, elephants, and some birds. Some scientists say it should prompt others to reconsider how much intelligence can be squeezed into such a tiny little brain.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's kind of cool though. They
Isn't
were
that
rolling
cool?
the ball to get on the flower to
But
get the sugar.
We used to think that only primates could do that. You know what I mean? Only
Yeah.
monkeys and maybe a few select other animals could use tools to do things.
Or
just-
more properly, the reasoning
not just
to
tools,
do it.
Right, the reasoning. But
there you
isn't
go.
that wild, Eddie? Don't
kill those
don't
bees
kill
out there,
those
guys.
bees,
They are very,
seriously.
very important. Now, can we have a cute animal moment?
Let's have the cute animal. Just roll it, Trent.
Just
This is
roll
so
it.
cute. Guys, a floating sea otter named Clamato demonstrated
course.
how to open clamshells on his belly as he feasted on seafood at a Maine mammal rescue in Vancouver.
That's a good technique. I'm gonna have to try
He's
that one.
using tools, isn't he?
There you go. How about Evan? What do you think?
How cute is
I'm sure
that?
you've been to some clam bakes out there in North Carolina.
Otters are mean, not an otter guy.
Not an otter guy.
They're
mean?
mean. Go
That-
just everyone just in their free time, go look up the things that otters do.
The things that otters
I'm not going to
do.
say them on air. They're not the
You're
nicest
kidding
animals.
me.
Yeah.
That cute little animal pounding on his belly to get
Oh,
those.
yeah.
He
gonna
reminded
try
me
that.
of me.
They are mean.
Gosh. All right. Well.
Good morning.
Yeah, Evan, what's going on
going
outside?
on?
Big weekend.
Yeah, it is.
What do we got
Hot,
to look for?
Humid and rain is going to return
Good baseball
tomorrow. Yeah, it is going to be good baseball weather, especially temperature-wise.